And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Square Enix Presents Showcase for E3 2021. We are roughly 14 minutes away before the event begins. Welcome. It is good to see all of you again. It hasn't been too long since our last hangout. Curious to see what we get at this showcase beyond Babylon's Fall and Life is Strange and Marvel's Avengers. It says also featuring these things, but beyond that, we're probably going to get a lot of Final Fantasy stuff. 14 has a new DLC or a new expansion that's coming out. Endwalker 16 obviously is in development, and we saw a trailer for that, so I hope we get to see a bit more of 16. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2, a tease of that would be cool, though they're probably not going to delve into that because Integrate or Intermission, the DLC with Yuffie, that just launched. So I don't imagine they're at a place where they can promote Part 2. That's probably going to be in a year or two, I suspect, when they start marketing that. Dragon Quest would probably be something we can expect at this event. A lot of people asking for Deus Ex. It doesn't seem like Square Enix is super excited about the prospect of returning to Deus Ex, so I'm not going to hold my breath for that one. Parallax says, more Yong and more yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see, we got 12 minutes to go. Let's refresh in case there's, nope. We're still going to have to wait a bit. But, yeah, I'm curious to see. Marvel's Avengers is, it's in such a rough state that I'm curious as to what they're going to show here and if it'll be enough to spark some semblance of hope, because right now things are looking pretty dire. But past that, that's about what I expect. New Persona stuff, people are saying, but that's Atlas. I don't think that's related to Square Enix at all. Yeah, it's just Atlas. I guess Square Enix has been involved in some Atlas stuff. Yeah, I forget. Hold on. Like, Persona 5 is published by... It's developed by P Studio, published by Atlas. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know why Persona would be here specifically. Though this, I mean, this right here has very Persona 5 like elements in terms of the red and white and black. Angel Chang says, I didn't buy it, but I won an apology for Avengers. What could have been? Oh yeah, Outriders. I'm wondering if they're gonna show like some of the new content they're planning for this game. I mean, the core gameplay is fun. It's just it was so rife with technical issues that many people gave up on it because they couldn't log in or their inventory got wiped out, or it was just one thing or another. So curious to see if they have anything to announce on that front. Manly Astronaut says, yo, Slime Rancher, you buy? It's on Game Pass, people inform me, so once I get all of today's streams out of the way, I plan to download it and give it a go and see what it's about. Plenty of people were hyped for the second game that was announced. Yeah, never heard of it or never played it before. But yeah, what are you guys hoping to see? Babylon's Fall. That's an interesting one, isn't it? There was a teaser not long ago for it, if I recall. Yeah, right, that's the Platinum Games. Right, anything that Platinum Games makes, I'm all for. They are, yeah, they partner with Square Enix for this one. Oh yeah, then it's gonna be great. Like, Platinum has yet to disappoint us when it comes to action titles. They're so good at just meaningful, like, accessible enough, but just hard to master and satisfying to master combat. Where you just it both feels good and it looks good. And some of the combos you can pull off in Platinum games, and the fluidity of the animations, and the fluidity of the different moves that blend into each other, and the kinds of weapons you can use in Platinum games, like it's all just top notch. Mario Viana says, I'm here just for the Life is Strange remastered. He says in the super chat, I won Chloe in 4K. Also, a new Just Cause would be dope. Perhaps an Outriders DLC. Love from Portugal. Hello, people of Portugal. Thank you for tuning in. Just Cause. Yeah, I don't know how well Just Cause 4 sold. But, you know, that's just one of those sandbox games where physics really comes into play and you just kind of get to wreak havoc. That's always fun. So, honestly, yeah, a new entry for that would be cool. Black Lotus 30, a new Parasite Eve or a remake of the first game. Oof, Parasite Eve, man. Oh, I know people were not particularly pleased by Third Birthday, is what it was called, right? Yeah, Parasite Eve is one of those IPs that's kind of been in hibernation. But I think it's high time for that series to be given to a developer that can do it justice. And there should be a AAA release for that. Really, I hope there is some plans to revitalize that series, because it's resonated with a lot of people, and it's a good time to introduce Parasite Eve to a new generation of gamers, with it having been so long since the last game. So Parasite Eve, if they announce something related to that, a new game for that, that would generate, I think, a good amount of hype. Mikkel Wrath says, hoping for a Just Cause 5 announcement, but that's a fool's hope. By the way, hope you're keeping well. I am keeping well, thank you. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see Just Cause 5. As cool as that would be, not at this press conference at least. And Just Cause, I don't think it's one of those series that sell a shitload. You know? It's not Square Enix's most profitable endeavor, so it's probably not the #1 priority for them. Let's see, like Just Cause 4 sales. Really? Is that it? Hold on. Yeah, Just Cause 4 sold fewer copies than expected. Oh, crap. And they had announced during a briefing session back then. This was, what was this from? But yeah, like, basically at the time, they didn't recuperate development costs. Oof. Yeah. Just Cause 5, and Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda also cited the slow sales of Just Cause 4 as a significant reason for the company's low operating income in 2018. Oh man, it gets worse. Yeah, Just Cause 5 is not happening, at least not for a while. I think that series is gonna hibernate for a bit, as it's lost Square Enix quite a bit of money. That's unfortunate. Game feed, new Tomb Raider or surprise Kingdom Hearts content? Kingdom Hearts? I think, yeah, I'm curious as to where the Kingdom Hearts series will go next. 3 came out, and I believe there's a DLC for it that came out. James I. Jones says, give us Legacy of Kain. Who does that IP belong to right now? Is my question. Let's see. Square Enix Europe. Go figure, yeah. Oh my god, Legacy of Kain is my... Oh. Legacy of Kain is probably one of the game series I miss most. It's one of those series that I'm craving to go back to, that I think really needs a revival of some sort, be it in the form of a remake or a modern sequel, whatever it is. Oh, there's so much potential there that is being untapped. Like, imagine a modern day Legacy of Kain game with modern graphics and modern gameplay sensibilities and design elements. Whew. And, you know, it's not just me. Every once in a while on social media, I'll see someone talking about, why haven't we gotten a new Legacy of Kain game yet? Hopefully there's hope for that. Eaten by Ghoul says, Just Cause 4 was just a weather DLC for Just Cause 3. I guess Just Cause 4 wasn't enough of a leap from 3 for it to draw too much attention. So maybe with 5, they really need to kind of take it up a level with a lot of next-gen graphics and features with solid-state drive stuff and find ways to kind of blow previous entries out of the water if they really want to sell people on a new Just Cause. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's series fatigue, and they just need to find ways to evolve or reinvent aspects of it. Chocobo Kid in the super chat says, Hi Yong, just want to give you support for the great coverage you have been doing during E3 2021. Well, I thank you, kind person. Thank you, Chocobo Kid. It is a pleasure to do these with you guys. And after all the press conferences wrap, I hope to do a summary video of who I thought were the winners and losers of E3. I have a lot to say about Gearbox, that's for sure. Vi says, Sleeping Dog 2 will be nice. Oh, Sleeping Dog! Ah, whatever happened to that? Sleeping Dog's game. I want to see, when did this come out? I want to see what the history of this game's been like. But yeah, I thought that was a very underrated game. It came out back in 2012. Oh my god, it's almost been a decade. Are you kidding me? Oh, they gotta do more with this. Basically, it's Grand Theft Auto, but in contemporary Hong Kong. And it was super dope. And there's so many things they could do with that series with modern tech and hardware. That's a good suggestion. There was a canceled sequel, apparently. Oh, right. There's a film adaptation of Sleeping Dogs that's in development, so maybe there's hope yet for a new game, for a new entry. Maybe if the movie does well. I don't know. Okay. Oh, we're almost there, folks. Still waiting on the stream to start. Siddhant Banerjee. Hey, man, you're here a lot. Thank you for just being here. It's great to see you again. Hey again, glad to be back yet again. Looking forward to hanging out. Do you think we'll see rumored the Guardians of the Galaxy game? It doesn't feel like it. I've heard zero rumblings on that. I don't get the sense. Let's see what we know about it right now. It was like announced or actually there are rumors that it's going to be unveiled at E3 2021. Yeah, and it's being developed by Square Enix. We know that. And it's... Okay, I'm seeing a few articles here. Maybe we'll see it, actually. Yeah, apparently. And one of the articles says it's not a live service, according to rumor. So if we do see it, hopefully that's true. Oh my god, can you imagine if they turned Guardians of the Galaxy into another Marvel's Avengers type of game, but reskinned? Ugh. Yeah, no, don't do that. The fact that I'm hearing it's not a live service, that gives me optimism. Yeah, like just a couple weeks ago, it was insiders have been sharing news of this Guardians of the Galaxy game in development by Square Enix, and some people are saying we might see it at E3 2021. We'll see. We'll see. 50-50, based on what I'm reading here. Though it's very possible they'll save it for another time. Jojo says, a Chrono Cross remake would be a nostalgia bomb, or hell, a Chrono Trigger remake. Chrono Trigger is a series that needs to return somehow. And, you know, they've already done a Final Fantasy VII remake. I think there's no game more deserving of a remake right now than Chrono Trigger. That was a seminal game, and, I don't know, I'd love to see it modernized in some way, beyond just another port. Oh, God. Alright. Enhance! Eric Decker, a new Deus Ex would be nice. Yes, indeed, but Square Enix has not been too keen on the Deus Ex series lately. I think Mankind Divided didn't sell as well as they would have liked. In large part because of bad marketing, you know? Remember the tiered, like, oh god, the way they did like pre-order bonuses or something like that? I remember it was really bad. It was like by tiers depending on how many people pre-ordered or something. It was bad. Horrorbound, new member. Welcome. Thank you. Much appreciated. Shawshank Sazina says, man, I can't wait for some Avengers content updates. Sarcasm. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe Black Panther's content will be substantial now. Who am I kidding? I really don't have hopes for that game at all at this point. It is very much headed down that Anthem path. If they prove me wrong, you know, I would be more than happy to say I was wrong. I'd be more than happy to see this game make a recovery and thrive and actually end up being something fun and substantial. I don't see how that can happen currently. Real Door says, been a long time fan, great seeing you and your channel grow. All thanks to you guys. Thank you for letting us hang out with you while checking out the E3 coverage. The pleasure's all mine. Thank you for actually taking the time to be here. Xerix the Ferret, new member. Thank you. Malif Shah, new member. Thank you. Exaber08, I always wanted Dad to watch E3 with. I guess that'll be my role.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square Enix Presents. Today, we have a special E3 edition of the show for you.
Matt Mercer.
Game announcements, updates, and exciting news from our studios across the globe.
Was not expecting that.
Let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal. We hope you enjoy the show.
Any Critical Role fans here? This guy is absolutely the greatest DM.
I am so proud of you. Do you know what a birthright is, Peter?
Guardians? Wow. Yeah.
Something that's a part of you.
We're kicking off strong.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No, Rocket. So I let Groot fill out the paperwork.
Interesting haircut.
So we got fined. We appear to be 6,963 units short. I know, we clearly need a plan.
Ah, of course they'll use this track.
We got this. Drax, roll. No! You want monster? I'll show you monster! No! We disrobe!
Keep your pants on.
Although it could be used as a distraction. Smash him up, Drax! Meet your maker!
We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out.
Here!
The combat looks a bit like Marvel's Avengers.
Did exactly what? Gamora, no killing teammates!
That's who!
It's literally in your contract!
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together!
Fucking great! Well,
I'm liking the chemistry between the characters.
It's Star-Lord.
And their design looks better than Marvel's Avengers hero designs. And this is definitely a cross-gen title. You can tell it was made with last gen.
I'll call you.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Hi, my name is Olivier Proux, senior producer here at Eidos Montreal.
And if it's not a live service, that's a win.
We've had the privilege to work on our version of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and reimagine it into a single-player, story-driven, third-person action-adventure game. It's our own fresh take on the Guardians, and something that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really excited to have all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game from our team behind this project.
Right, let's do this.
I've always loved Marvel's cosmic characters. Growing up as a kid,
it doesn't look quite at the level of like Marvel Spider-Man.
To write for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles. I went back with the help of Bill Roseman,
my interest is piqued,
and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think, "Oh my gosh, how is this team going to survive?"
And they set single player.
That became the Guardians of the Galaxy comic,
so that's
which
already
we loved working on.
A million times better than Marvel's Avengers.
The first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design,
story-driven, hell yeah,
how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head it was a minute. I was like, oh my god, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share and have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration or you're fighting, the Guardians are constantly around you and you never feel alone. While you're the leader, the Guardians will also challenge you and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll make will have lighthearted to haunting repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
Gamora, no killing teammates!
Says who?
It's literally in your contract!
I made no such commitment.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right about them is capturing what it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination to it. You're going to see
some of the graphics do look a bit dated.
They're going to blow your mind.
Interpreting it in its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly fresh and exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
They made it fun. They made it rock and roll. They delivered everything you would want in a Guardians game.
And I have to see more of combat before I determine whether the gameplay looks good. Combat didn't look quite as fluid as something like Marvel's Avengers, or not Marvel's Avengers, Marvel Spider-Man. But I'm digging aspects of the vibe. I'm like, okay, I want to see more. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not fully sold on it, but... Oh. Some gameplay?
$37 units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short.
We intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill.
I know. We clearly need a plan.
What about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
The quarantine zone was always
holding out on
My
us.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Team's in trouble, and you can't be bothered to make no sacrifice.
I will sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic mountains of Kakaran.
Guys, I think we should hero group for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
So, Groot, I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He is cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
Vote to sell Groot. Vote to sell Rocket.
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside. He's unstable and vicious and totally oblivious to the needs of others.
Player choice.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
I am liking some of the chemistry.
You say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
Between the characters?
That's not how women work.
Or weather.
You're flying the wrong way.
Nah, he's not flying at all.
Guys, relax. Just one minor.
See some combat? I like that they're actually showing gameplay.
How much I hate rain! Hellbender's castle isn't even that far. That is
Thumbs
not
up
a
there.
castle. It is an impregnable fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. Figure it out on the way.
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good. We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing. Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good.
Whoa! That is some really crazy lightning out there. Never seen anything like it.
Meteorological suicide is what it is.
It's going to be hard to actually match or top the Guardians of the Galaxy movie chemistry, but not bad so far as the interactions go.
At least you got a jacket. Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey, Stormlord. We ain't seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm. Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirits. I face more than enough hardship. Thank you very much. You are welcome, Feeble One.
We got this. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Whoa! 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 Everyone okay? We should have gone to Maku 4. I would be wary, Rhodey.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm scared of some little...
It's not alone. Get ready.
All right, some combat.
What are these things? They are amorphous vermin.
Shoot first. Questions later.
Is that a health bar, like a stun bar?
This won't hurt.
I think it is health bar.
Much.
Smash him off, Drax!
Okay. Combat reminds me a bit of
This is the local fauna.
Mass Effect,
Endangered species. Groot, hog time.
where you can issue commands
Time to go boom.
for other characters' abilities while you're doing your own combat.
I'm eager to experience Lady Hellbender's legendary menagerie.
Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside...
It's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Dead end. That's just great.
It's a retractable bridge. They used them at the prison I was in.
Too bad the controls are on the other side of the giant chasm.
What do you not have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge. I may activate a hole through your face! Put me down!
It'll be fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, throw him.
No! Very well!
Peter?
It's okay. He'll land on his feet. Ooh. I guess that only applies to cats.
You sons of sharks! Scut-busting ass! I am not familiar with these words. Order the beast to do its job.
Rocket, come on, man!
Ram it, dash face!
Fix the bridge and we'll raise your cut by 5%.
I want 10.
Okay, deal.
At times it does feel like they're trying a bit too hard with the comedy.
Wait, hear that?
Guys.
Oh, more blobs. And that. Yeah, the graphics look very strange to me.
These creatures are perfect predators.
Wait, was he shooting up while aiming forward? That was... It does feel like they have some polishing to do, but... We'll see.
Is anything on this planet not trying to kill us? Guys, huddle up! Already missing the jiggle jellies!
They keep moving around.
I don't know, for me combat is more about feel than... I mean, looks are definitely important. Looks a little janky, but if it feels fun and good...
That is definitely in my top 10 fortresses.
Peter?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, right.
It was like a leveling thing? Leveling bar?
Getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
All right, Rocket. Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter? Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Maybe Gamora's right. We should try selling Groot instead.
Really?
This is an affront to democracy.
I just think that we might need Rocket on the outside for this one.
Yeah, we noticed.
You want to make that call, then you better not mess this up.
You hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Drac. Gamora, can you help me with this? What? Why?
To guarantee your safety as our leader.
Ah, come on.
Don't look at me. I ain't pulling that thing.
Oh, I didn't... Oh, man.
Remember, buddy, menacing, like me, only bigger. Not bad, not bad.
So, oh, this is gonna get DMCA'd hard. It's too late. There was a DMCA free version that I could have...
Easy, big guy.
But whatever.
So, how long before someone else wants to pull this thing?
We are 60 clicks from the fortress.
I'd say closer to 75.
We got this!
Alright, well,
What are you doing?
Oh, we got some... They're showing a lot of this game. That I do appreciate.
Who's the monster now? Rocket! Let's go!
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you? The audacity that you thought you could rob me, Dweller! Feast upon them!
Oh, wow, it comes out soon. They showed way more of it than I thought. Yeah, it looks like they took Marvel's Avengers Combat, remixed it a little bit, and then kind of threw it in this game.
Now we're going to revisit 2 iconic brands that are being remastered for modern platforms. First up, relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series, and then get one more peek at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. Is it just like a collection? That's what it is, and hell yeah. Rhino1931 says, when it comes to demos like this, I prefer that there be a bit of janky. I equate jankiness to honesty. Think of all the demos in the past. What did the real ones look like compared to the fakes? No, but there are some... I agree to a degree, but there are some game demos that looked really good, and then the final game looked just as good. Or was close enough to the marketing. Like, Marvel Spider-Man looked good when they showcased it, and the final game turned out to be about as good as it looked.
Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world.
Yeah,
in
sometimes
Avengers.
it's honest,
the team
other
at Crystal
times...
Dynamics is excited to share the latest updates with you, including new mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
Marvel's Avengers. Here we go.
Avengers, secure that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up.
Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
They're finally gonna add a new boss battle, a new villain.
Shutting you down, Monica.
Because there's still only like 2 boss battles, 2 villain boss battles, which is kind of insane.
The world doesn't need vengeance.
For all the wrong reasons.
I will save it.
There is no end to these clones.
You don't understand what that cube is capable of.
Oh god, why is the quality so low? Yeah, I don't know. It looks like more of the same.
I applaud your efforts to connect with your roots, but as a man who has seen 3 Black Panthers fall, I must warn you of a few things. Many eyes follow the path you are about to walk down.
Okay, Black Panther. Hopefully it's not just... Oh boy, this is so much DMCA. It's not even... I should have really...
You just wanted to show off your suit.
Whatever, this video's already... It's done. I'll take the DMCA for this one.
It is Claw.
Vibranium doesn't belong to you.
You are right. Vibranium does not belong to me. It belongs to Wakanda.
Well, this does look more substantial than past content updates, but is it enough?
Now it's time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Stardust Dragon X3 said the quality dropped because it was trying to display the quality of the game. Damn.
To global stability. Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following Agent 47's disappearance, you were selected because of your remarkable skills. Execution must be perfect. We will strike from the shadows, and they will never know what hit them.
Yeah, I'm good with this one.
A sad and beautiful.
Oh, this is the mobile Nier game.
Echoes throughout eternity.
Which I hear is surprisingly good.
First mobile entry in the Nier series. Nier Reincarnation.
Though I don't know, I haven't played it myself. Okay. So, a bunch of mobile stuff that they're quickly brushing over. Yep, this is the mobile bit of the of the presentation.
Today, the team at Platinum Games is giving you an exclusive look at the epic world of Babylon's Fall, featuring fluid combat, powerful weapons, and a unique art style.
Now this is what I'm talking about. Give me some Platinum goodness.
Built over 1,000 years, it was meant to be a tower of dreams. But for 1,000 more, it was seen as a tower of ruin.
Whoa, this art style, the paintbrush.
Persevering through fire and ice and the coldest of winds, eventually the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition.
Or is it just a compression?
That tower's name is Babylon.
It's 1080p, so that's fine. There is a bit of that watercolor.
Does the savior of Neo-Babylon stand among us? Let's
look to the
find
textures.
out without further ado.
Wow, this music. Very classical. Very operatic.
If I'm to die, then I'll die for hope, for what little hope there may be.
Seen through the veil at last, have you?
I wish they would play the sound effects.
Prisoners of our subjective reality.
Sound effects are such a big part of combat feeling impactful. I can see the combat, I just want to hear it too.
Believe only what you see, and you're like to end up seeing only what you believe.
I'm not the only one who sees the textures look a bit watercolor-esque, right? But it could be the compression, I'm not sure.
Naught but two paths lie ahead. Ascend to the heaven above the tower, or fall like this one now before you.
Now begins its tale of both hope and despair.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. You're gonna miss out on PS5 launch? It looks alright. I need to see more. The action looks as fluid as ever. That's mainly what I care about.
本当にアクションという部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、
Damn right.
ニーオートマタでそれが証明できたんじゃないかなと思ってます。
And every other Platinum game for that matter.
どうしたらいいかって選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニーオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむということになります。
もちろん一人でも遊べるんですけど、4人でダンジョンを攻略していくゲームになります。
コンセプトについては、プレイヤーが、途切れない目標に向かって、アクション、追い求め続けることができると。
Stardust Dragon X3 says the game was in development before PS5 and Xbox Series X, which makes sense, as many games are during this period, this transition period.
ハック&スラッシュという形ですね。ただアクションがスキルや強い力を引き出すためのトリガーになっているところがポイントかなと思っています。
プレイヤーの背中についているギデオンコフィンというのがかなりキーアイテムとなっています。それによって、遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
ハイファンタジー感というか、その上品さというところはすごい意識してくれというふうに言われましたね。カートゥーンチックにならないようにというか、リアルに本当に存在している人たちがいるかのような感じは意識しました。
このゲームは運営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定です。
ようやく皆さんに改めてこういう形で発表できたこと、本当に私たちも嬉しくなっていますし、まさにこれから開発の佳境になっていくので、精一杯頑張っていきたいので、皆さんも引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
That might explain some things. Well, that's a shame. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll find a good balance of monetization and whatever.
Entry in the popular Life is Strange series,
but
True Colors.
Lately, it's been hard to be optimistic about that. So,
psychic power of empathy. But first, here's a look at the Life is Strange remastered collection.
Yeah, that makes me less optimistic about it.
To be back.
We'll see. We'll see.
After
I don't
5
know.
years, you're still Max Caulfield. What do you remember about us as kids? I think about us as little pirates, running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
With, after Marvel's Avengers and Outriders' rough launch, I'm not super confident in Square Enix published live services. I'm just not. Ooh, there it is. Life is Strange remastered.
Come on, let's dance! Or take my picture with your new camera.
We both got scars and it's so hard to That's Rachel Amber. After my dad died and you moved, I felt abandoned.
Oh, good, you're here.
Rachel saved my life. She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max. Holy shit. Max, what's going on?
No! I've actually never finished Life is Strange.
I discovered I could reverse time.
Well, that's one hell of a discovery.
What the hell is this?
Whatever's going on between us is special.
Step back before you regret it.
Get in, Max!
Then I realized I had a choice and the power to change everything. Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster.
The Badass Morpho says, wish they didn't cancel Scalebound.
I'll always have your back.
Yeah, that's a shame. That game genuinely looked super interesting. That one hurts. Scalebound.
Hi, I'm Maya, also known as MXMTune. I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm. This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals, breathing new life into these two beloved games. Back in March, we also revealed the next major game in the series, Life is Strange True Colors, a small-town supernatural mystery. Alex Chen must uncover the truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power.
She looks
and
like
empathy
Nico
to
from
unravel
Devil May
the
Cry
shocking
5,
secrets
right?
of Haven Springs. Today,
I'm not the only
we have
one
a
who
first
thinks
look
that.
at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
Or am I crazy?
Alex's psychic power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange: True Colors. It impacts every relationship she builds and every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others, the fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too young.
These valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships with the folk of Haven Springs, as well as sparking new dialogue options and events, as here from a scene very early on in the game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has uncovered a secret that Mac wants to keep hidden from his long-term girlfriend.
She's probably receptive to plenty of creepy thoughts
that
too.
Alex will reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She is the best thing that's ever happened to me. So please, help me out.
Mac's telling you a whole lot of bullshit.
Listen.
Thanks for telling me the truth, Alex.
Are we still together?
Are you serious? I need to get back to work.
Sure, Alex, we'll get out of your way.
Player choice.
When Alex encounters a particularly strong aura, she can reach out to actively connect with that person's emotions. This generates a nova, a supernatural flare that transforms the world around Alex into a reflection of that person's psyche. In this altered, emotionally charged state, Alex can experience fragments of thoughts and memories to get to the root of their issue. But not every emotional crisis can be easily dealt with. Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening amount of power.
He's dead! I wish I were too.
No decision is easy, and the consequences will be felt across the game.
This anger could kill her. What if I could just take it away?
Using Alex's power is the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
What would that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can, should I?
How far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
Looks pretty interesting to me.
Alex's powers look so awesome. I have no idea
This is not
how
one of
some
those
these choices.
action-heavy
But I can't wait
games.
to
It's
play it with you
a
all
narrative-driven
when it comes out
adventure.
on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange: True Colors now. And if you choose the Ultimate Edition, you'll also receive the Life is Strange Remastered Collection. And that's it for today. Make sure to follow the Life is Strange social channels for more.
Yeah, I personally enjoy those kind of narrative-driven adventure games. Like, I grew up playing games like Siberia and, point-and-click adventure games like Monkey Island and stuff like that, so I'm into these narrative-driven experiences, and this has some interesting things going for it. I don't mind it at all. And I haven't finished Life is Strange, so
and now,
maybe I'll go back and finish that
to
before
unveil a
checking
brand
this one
new
out.
title from Square Enix Japan.
And their hearts, you say? Well, some might say Kingdom Hearts. No, this is not Kingdom Hearts.
I'm here to kill chaos. That's my mission. Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in. I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos. We need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger. Thirst.
Move aside! You're dust!
You sure Chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the Shrine of Chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the pain!
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Chaos.
I'll crush you! Know when you're beaten!
And who are you?
We're here to kill Chaos.
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
Real.
I don't think this guy's a fan of Chaos. I don't know if it's just me.
Splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I become Chaos.
Take a shot every time somebody says Chaos in this trailer, and you be dead soon. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Funny enough, I actually auditioned for this project. Now that I think back to it, because for those who don't know, I'm a voice actor, and I get auditions for stuff.
Titles you can play
Yeah, I
now,
remember some of these lines,
well
which
as
is
those
interesting
to
to hear, like who actually got cast.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with
Looks like a cool project. Like it harkens to the original Final Fantasy and Garland, and it's like an origin story of that villain. I find that fascinating. That seems to be the concept of it. Yong, so many chaos in the chat. Where is Chaos? I must vanquish Chaos. Otherwise, Chaos will envelop the world. So Chaos must be destroyed.
No, of course I will. I'll call you. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, was that it?
Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents. I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time.
Okay. That was, let's see, how long was that? It wasn't too long. I've been streaming for an hour now. It's a little less than an hour. Huh. Okay, well, that wasn't... Yeah, no, that was... Alright, so they showed Guardians of the Galaxy. They showed... Here's what I do like about this presentation. Tons of gameplay. That is what we need to see more of. Like, at least we can make an informed first impression based on everything we saw here and all the new reveals. So Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like more positive than negative on it, but I'm not fully sold on it because the visuals I think need a bit of work, or at least it doesn't look quite as modern as some of those really high-end superhero games that we've seen, like whether it's Arkham series or Marvel Spider-Man. But you know, I like elements of the vibe. I like that it's a single-player story-driven thing. So I don't know. I want to see more of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna be a little more optimistic on it than pessimistic, but still need to see more on this one. I'm not blown away by it yet. Then there's like Marvel's Avengers stuff that I didn't really care much about, though. The Black Panther stuff could be interesting. What is it? Oh, right. The Babylon's Fall, the fact that it's a live service kind of bums me out. But the Platinum action gameplay is probably still going to be solid and really good because it's Platinum and they just know how to make good combat. So I think the combat's going to be great. My question is, what about everything else? The gameplay loop, is that going to be affected by its live service aspect? Are we going to get a shell of a game at launch that isn't fully fleshed out, that has online connectivity, server issues, that is lacking in content and is going to be rushed to launch? Like all of those concerns suddenly come to mind the second you say it's a live service, especially given Square Enix's history with live services. Like the one that they've like nailed is Final Fantasy XIV. Even that had a rough launch before they nuked the original game and then turned it into a Realm Reborn. So, you know, I don't know. Like the gameplay could be fun. The live service aspect, new Life is Strange stuff, that's cool for fans of the series. And then finally the Final Fantasy Origin trailer. What's it called again? What was the name of it? Where is it? Nope. Did I skip too far ahead? Damn it. There we go. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. An origin story of, like, basically Garland, it would seem. That could be interesting, and the combat looks fun. It has certainly a darker tone. I hope they refine the dialogue a bit so he's not constantly saying chaos, but that aside, I'm fascinated by this reveal. They did give us something new at the end. And they showed, I think, enough stuff to make this worth a shorter Square Enix stream presentation for E3. But do we get anything utterly mind-blowing? I don't think so. What do you guys think? How would you guys rate this event? I don't think it was too bad, honestly. Lots and lots of gameplay, so. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting like a lot of 3s, 4s, 5s. 1 or 2 7s here and there. Okay, interesting. This is actually a very mixed bag. I'm seeing scores from all across the spectrum. Yeah, nobody is... I don't see anyone giving this like a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. The max I'm seeing is a 7. I'm seeing like 3 to 7 is the kind of general range that I'm seeing. Yeah, I'd say for me it was probably like a 6, maybe. I don't know. I still have to think about it. The Xbox showcase I'd say was like a 7 or 8. This I'd say was closer to 5 to 6. The Guardians of the Galaxy showcase didn't fully land for me, though I'm curious to keep myself updated on it, and you know, at least there's that. Though the game comes out soon enough, it comes out in October, so I get the sense that the final game isn't going to look super different from what we saw in that gameplay presentation. So it looks good in some areas, not so good in others. It's more going to be about the feel at this point. Does the game feel fun and good to play? And do the dialogue choices actually have any meaningful impact? And is the story good? Is the character dynamic going to be something that I find endearing, or is it going to get annoying if they lean too much into the comedy and kind of try to shove it down our throats a bit too much? Are the boss battles going to be cool? How's the story going to be? So many questions still. Davido Frito says, pretty underwhelming. Remaster of Life is Tumblr. Remaster of Life is Tumblr didn't help. That's a thing that I've been seeing a lot in the chat. Life is Tumblr. Between this and Microsoft, who had the better show? Microsoft, I'd say, had the better show overall. They just had more to show, and the stuff that I saw, I was really, really interested in Microsoft's press conference. The one thing that really surprised me, or the one thing that I'm really, really kind of looking forward to seeing more of is this Final Fantasy Origin project. So that at least, you know, they ended the show on a high note with something surprising at least. So that warrants some compliments, and they showed a good amount of gameplay, which a lot of other shows don't tend to do. So there are things about that are worth commending. Maze 2000, I don't know about you, Young, but I personally think there wasn't enough chaos. 3 out of 10. Fair enough. Lazume01 really enjoyed it, had some good games, also enjoyed your commentary. Well, thanks. Yeah, I didn't have a bad time with it. I just wasn't... Yeah, it just wasn't like, whoa, holy shit. You know, it wasn't that kind of press conference. It was just like, okay, neat. Okay, neat. And that's also neat. That was more of the vibe that I felt. Stephen Williams, Eidos in the Marvel salt mines, no Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, that's a good point. That's one thing that I'm disappointed on is we didn't see anything on Final Fantasy 16, which is surprising to me. But, you know, I say let the devs show the game when it's ready to be shown, but at the same time, if you host an E3 presentation and you've already shown the next Final Fantasy entry, to not see it, you know, it's going to cause some disappointment. That's bound to happen. Hope we see more of that at some future event this year. Mobile crap, yeah, they showed some mobile stuff, but they kept it pretty brief, which I appreciate. You know, they didn't spend too much time on shoving these mobile games down our throats. They gave us like a quick spot for each of them, and they moved right along. I was fine with it. Cringy Tetsuya Nomura dialogue game. Wait, what? Not even an Endwalker trailer showing. Oh yeah, no Final Fantasy 14, which I'm surprised about. Though I guess they host separate events for 14, but still I expected some trailer or some showcase. Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah, stuff that I expected to be here just weren't here. Stuff that would seem obvious to me didn't end up in this press conference. But they showed enough new that it wasn't the worst thing ever or anything, not even close. Ashton de Rojas says, you either die a hero or you live long enough to try and find chaos. That's a good one. General Deadpool. Summer Game Fest is the winner so far. I would say so too. With Xbox plus Bethesda not too far behind. But Summer Game Fest was the one that I got most excited for by the time it was over. You know, it's the one that I felt, oh shit, some stuff went down. But there's a couple more press conferences that I still have to stream today. And tomorrow's Nintendo's, and I hope to see more Breath of the Wild 2. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm pretty excited to see what Nintendo has in store. I feel like they've been kind of... They had a low-key year in 2020, and 2021 I feel like is when they have to kind of blow the lid wide open on their upcoming projects. And Switch Pro is going to get announced. I'm curious to see the upgrades to the hardware, to the chip, the architecture, and the SoC and everything. So, and the kinds of enhancements that'll create for existing games and upcoming games. Yeah, between Game Fest and Xbox, they're definitely up there. And then I'd say Square Enix is next, followed by Ubisoft, and although Devolver Digitals was pretty entertaining as well. I don't know. This stuff I have to think about before I put it up on a video. Again, I'll do a winners and losers of E3 video type of thing down the line. But for now, yeah, this was okay. It was okay for me. People are saying Tuesday is Nintendo. Yeah. Oh yeah, not tomorrow. Sorry. Tuesday, 15th. What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow is Take-Two, Capcom, and Razer. So I'm probably gonna maybe tune in for Take-Two and Capcom. Capcom, I think I want to tune in for. Take-Two, probably. And then Nintendo 15th alongside Bandai Namco. All right, just a few more to go. And then as for today, 12:15, that's Square Enix. Back for Blood is happening at 2 p.m. I don't know if I necessarily want to tune into an entire presentation on Back for Blood. So I think the next one I'll be tuning into is PC Gaming Show, which is happening at 2:30 p.m., which is an hour and 20 minutes from now. So I hope you look forward to that. Proggy Froggy, I can't believe Final Fantasy is doing a Sonic Adventure crossover with Chaos being back. Good God. Oh, this is already becoming a meme. HBKRVD316. Yeah, I think Square Enix will save the best announcements at the next Sony event, if there is one. Possibly, you know. That event will certainly draw a lot of eyes. Maybe they're being strategic about when they showcase some of the bigger stuff like Final Fantasy 16. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, folks. This is it for the Square Enix presentation. Quick plug before we end today's stream. If you want to support the channel directly and get some cool merch along the way, head over to the merch store, YongYea.com. You got cups like this one. Surprise mechanics like this one, loot box shaped stress box. You've got shirts like this one. There's a hat back there that you can also get, and among other things. And for everyone who's already purchased, there's and tweet at me with pictures of receiving the products and being satisfied with it. I thank you. But yeah, I'll see you again soon. It's gonna be a day full of streams, and I'm glad many of you are having fun alongside me. And yeah, hopefully the PC gaming show tends to be a lower key event. It doesn't tend to have the spectacle of something like what Microsoft and Xbox might offer, or what Nintendo might offer. But there's still some cool PC games that are coming in the not so distant future. And I'm a PC gamer, so I want to tune in and be updated on what's going on there. Thank you, Stardust Dragon X3, for becoming a member of the channel. So I'll see you there. PC Gaming Show. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon. I'll see you guys next time. YongYea.